Start streaming. All right, it should be on. I don't know if Miss Amazi, you can text your family member and see if they can see and hear. Yes, thank you, sir. Oh, she is. Yeah.
And also Jessica's work.
Miss Sharina, you doing okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we about to do a plea. Mr. Prosper. Hey.
Hello, Judge.
Oh, that was quick. Mr. Johnson, will you let probation know that we're about to do this plea?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
You ready to call, Judge?
Yes. Deputy Smith, we are ready on David Rayner.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
I had a mag portfolio in there just in case.
I saw it.
Crash that just
Oh, yeah.
in case.
Mm-hmm. I get you. Renee.
Judge, were you saying that there needs a certification in each one of the cases, or?
Okay. Just this one. No, actually it's one. Is it two cases? I've got both
You got?
from when we did the pleas.
You
I have them already. I just hadn't given them to him.
Oh, I thought you said you hadn't given them, or I hadn't done it.
No, you did. I just didn't hand them to him. I held it instead of calling you back that day. I just held it.
There's three. So there's the
There's a third.
turned into a murder and then the two outlaws.
I've got the one ending in 31, the one ending in 34. Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Mr. Mendoza, from yesterday, you had to inform him that he was going to Bear County.
Okay. Hold on. I can't do that right now. So hold on. I'm trying to do Rainer. You got Rainer's picture?
Yeah, I got Raymond's. His paperwork for Jackie.
Okay.
Was it yes? What you mean?
Thank you, Karen.
All right, Ms. Ragsdale. All right, Ms. Fowler, let's go on the record. This is cause number F24-24292, style the state of Texas versus David Marks Reyna. Is that your name, sir? All right, let me have both counsel announce themselves for the record.
Heather Ragsdale for the state of Texas.
Taylor Johnson for the defense, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyna, in this case, you are charged by felony indictment with theft of property with 2 or more previous convictions. The range of punishment has been set out in the court's written admonishments. Can you read and understand the English language? Did you read, did your lawyer explain to you, and do you understand every document you signed in this case? Does that also include the court's written admonishments of your statutory and constitutional rights you've also signed in this case? I also see that you have waived your right to a grand jury. Do you understand that you have the right to have your case presented to the grand jury, to have them report out a true bill or a no bill on your case? Do you wish to still proceed today before them doing that? And do you wish to give up that right? All right, very good. Do you understand the charge and the range of punishment? Do you understand you have a right to a jury trial if you'd request one? Do you waive and give up that right? And are you a United States citizen? All right, counsel, you may arraign the defendant.
Your Honor, at this time, defendant waives arraignment, waives reading of the information, enters the plea of guilty to the office as contained in the state's information, Your Honor.
Your attorney's entered a plea of guilty on your behalf to this offense. Is that also your plea? Are you entered this plea freely and voluntarily? Has anyone threatened you or coerced you into entering this plea? State, you may present your evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. State up for state exhibit number 1, defendant signed written voluntary judicial confession and stipulation of evidence, as well as state exhibit number 2, all paperwork signed in compliance with the license.
No objection, Your Honor.
They'll be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. State rest.
Defense will rest, Your Honor.
Counsel, you believe your client's competent?
He is, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea of guilty. I find that you're mentally competent to enter your plea, and I find that your plea has been entered freely and voluntarily. I will follow the plea bargain agreement in this matter. The court further finds evidence sufficient to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. However, the court will defer adjudication of your guilt, place you on community supervision for a period of 2 years. I will also order that you go to the ISF facility. Is that going to be on cognitive or substance use?
I believe cognitive.
Substance, Judge.
Okay. Is he a sex offender?
No, man, he's not.
Yeah, I don't do cognitive. I mean, I don't do substance use with ISF. It's trash. So we got to find another option, but that can be a probation issue. Just hold him down here just a minute, and we'll work that part out. Did you all have an HRS that was done?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I can take a look at that. I'm handing your attorney the trial court certification of your right to appeal. I see your signature at the bottom of that document, Mr. Reyna. Do you understand your appellate rights? All right, thank you. Good luck to you, sir. I'll pull you out in just a minute. Deputy Smith, don't send him back. I need to talk to him about some other stuff, too.
And Judge, I'll double check and see if we can do cognitive.
Yeah, depends on what the issue is. I need to see that.
Okay, I see it too.
Has your family made it in yet, Ms.
Here,
Amazi?
here, Judge, I just need a moment to set up.
All right, Ms. Robinson, you have your stuff together? I know you have your documents done.
Not yet, Judge. I'm
Okay.
waiting on some break.
Just that's what I was coming to. Yeah, that's what I was coming to you about.
What about her?
Yeah, you already asked her. No, she didn't get paper from Velvet. That's what she. Jessica.
Oh, thank you.
You know, she was doing her they on that door. They stay here.
She's gonna wait for this.
Yeah, long.
Yeah, I'm gonna get everything set up.
I just text you. She said she's found one to talk to. So, yeah, I'll text you if I move it.
That sounds good. All right, Deputy, who we have left on, who do we have in the chain that has not been sent back?
Okay. We have Mr. Booker one,
Okay.
Fisher one, Martinez one,
Hold on. Nothing out on that tonight.
Melvin, Weather. Miller's here. And then Randall, three. Rena, Mr. Becky, Wallace, Terrence, one. And we no longer have Young.
Thank you. All right, Miss Amazi, I'm waiting on you.
I just texted, Paul, and,
You just walked out that door.
oh, he just walked out?
I'm really trying to adjust this camera.
Judge, I meant to tell you, so the three case numbers, I didn't hear what you said, but it's the one ending in 34.
I've got 31 and 34. I need whatever that third one is.
34, that's the capital, we changed into murder.
Right. I've got 34 and 31. You're telling me it's a third one? Third case?
31, 32, and 34.
32. Okay,
What's
I
the
missed
case
it.
number, what's
32.
the case number we're missing?
21, 769, 32.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I'm ready whenever you are.
All right. Ms. Miller, let me have you stand. Sir, let me have you remove your hat, please. Thank you. All right, good morning, Ms. Miller. All right, let's go on the record. These are cause numbers F2176931, F2176932, and F2176934, all styled the state of Texas versus Janiyah Miller. Is that your name, ma'am? Let me have both counsel announce themselves for the record.
Summer Almazi for the state of Texas.
All done.
Very good. We are here for the victim impact, but there's one document that I still need to give you on each of those cases, Ms. Miller, and that is the trial court certification of your right to appeal. I've just handed that to your attorney. I see your signature at the bottom of that document. Do you understand your appellate rights?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You may have a seat. You all may have a seat. Let me say this to the individuals that are here that will be speaking today. What the court asks of you, what I ask of you, is that you respect the court when it comes to whatever statement you're going to make, that you not make any threats or use any profanity. Ms. Almazi, you may proceed.
Your Honor, this victim impact is not going to be on the record, is that right?
That is correct. We can go off the record. Thank you.
Your Honor, we will have Ms. Adele Elvira.
Come right up, ma'am. Thank you.
My name is Iman Ali Al-Banna, and I am one of the 5 children of Ali Al-Banna, the person you helped murder. These pictures here, that's the man you killed. He had 5 kids, a loving wife of over 35 years. He was the eldest brother of 8 siblings. He had countless nieces and nephews and was well loved and respected by so many people. But you took him from this world. I want to make it very clear to you that you are responsible for my father's death. You may not have pulled the trigger, but you played an active role in killing him. You drove the car to commit the crime. You and your friends shot him dead while he was getting groceries. And you drove off as if it was nothing. As if his life meant nothing. And now look at where you are. You will sit behind bars for 35 years. Minimum, or maximum. My family and I will make sure you serve as much of that time as possible. We will write to the parole board and we will remind them of the horrible crimes you committed that day, ending with taking my father's life. I don't know your past, and honestly, I don't care to know your past, because it's no excuse. My father, you might claim you lived a hard life. My father lived a hard life. He was a Palestinian refugee. He was born in a country that didn't want him. He survived wars, like armies, militants fighting. He survived through that. And things that you could never comprehend. He worked hard since he was a child. He helped his family to make money selling fruit and other things, not stealing from others. He worked to make enough money to come to this country and try and create a better life for him and his family. He worked almost every day of his life. My dad did not live an easy life, but instead of going out and hurting people, he helped people. Instead of being evil, he was good. The best, actually. But you are evil. To sit there and go around robbing and hurting people, that's what you chose to do with your life, and you will now face the consequences. But the consequences do not stop here. My dad was Muslim, we are Muslim, we believe in God, and we believe in something called Judgment Day. So you're standing before a judge today, but someday you will stand before God, who is the ultimate judge. And you will have to answer for what you did. 35 years in prison is nothing compared to what you might face in the afterlife, unless if you repent. I suggest you use your time behind bars, the long time that you will be there behind bars, to beg for God's forgiveness for what you've done and to get rid of the evil that's inside you. Otherwise, you will face a fate much worse than a lifetime in prison. I would have preferred to see you all behind bars for life, since you took my dad's life. But I know that God is the most just, and he will make sure there's justice for my father's death, and he will make sure you get what you deserve, not only in this life, but also in the afterlife. So I suggest you listen to my words, and you seek God's forgiveness, because that's all you've got left. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Obama's brother, the same.
Okay. Come on up, sir. Take your time getting in that chair. It's not comfortable. Good morning. There we go.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Hussein Said Albana. I am Ali's brother, the murdered victim. I lived here in the States for 35 years, actually. And honestly, I lived in Philadelphia, and for all this mumbo-jumbo things that goes on in this beautiful country that get ruined by people like this young lady, I wish she come to her sense one day, her and many others, and stop using the race or anything else for their crimes and all that. You know, Your Honor, you're a beautiful judge living in a post. Mr. Barack Obama made it all the way to the presidency. Let's just stop using this thing, going around killing people, and you saying you are a victim. You know, we have poor neighborhoods. I live in Lebanon now. I just arrived last night here. You know, the best and safest neighborhoods in Lebanon where is the poor neighborhoods, because people are humble, they help you, they take care of you, and that's in most countries in the world. Being poor doesn't mean you go out, take things from others. My brother Ali looked forward for his retirement. He took his life at 60 years old. And here in this country, after 60, we start calling it the golden age. You took away from him his golden years. And his wife, poor wife, I came to the funeral almost 2.5 years ago, and she was devastated. I saw her yesterday. My heart is broken because the way she is. His son is not in a much better shape. His business is destroyed. He had a good going business. I mean, for getting high or drunk or buying a phone, or it's not justified to go kill someone innocent just randomly. You know, you need, the young people that do this stuff need to stop, and something has to be done by the states, the counties, the government. Someone has to, because if it's working somewhere else that the poor people are good and here they are bad, there's someone is not doing something right in the system, with all due respect, I mean, to everyone. So I don't want to tell you you are an animal or all that stuff. No, you're not. We're all born equal. We believe in that. We're Muslims, just like my niece said, you know. We believe in equality, and we know you need to come to your senses, understand that life is not about what you wear, or what you drive, or what you own, or what you eat. Life is about living the right way, and living with peace upon yourself first. You cannot be going out, taking someone else's goods and claiming it's yours. You know, my brother, he worked all his life to retire with his beautiful wife. They loved each other so much, and they were like lovebirds, and they had a beautiful family. You destroyed that home. You were part of it. You didn't do the shooting, but you were a big part of it. You drove the car, you ran away, you tried to get away with it. All this nonsense of, well, because we're black. No. There is discrimination upon people, all races. We have people among ourselves that discriminate, that shoot from this side, that side. But you can't use this thing anymore as a factor to justify your act. You have to work hard. You know, when I first came to this country in '85, we used to make a joke. We owned an IHOPS. And one of the busboys, his name was Kendall Gunter in Philadelphia. I said to him, "Would we ever see a black president, Kendall?" You know what he used to say? Mr. Hussein, it's the White House. You know what that means? So it's not about that anymore. Go out, work hard. You could become a good citizen, good judge. And I'm saying that because I know there's a lot of friends, and we made a lot of money working with people like that. You need to come to your senses. I'm talking to you, an older person, maybe old enough to be your father, all that, and come in a peace between you and yourself that, did I do wrong? And at least, you know, I deserve 3 tickets to come to these trials, but every time I buy a ticket, it gets postponed, so I had to cancel. Every time I buy a ticket, it gets postponed, and I lose the ticket. This time, I had to come for something else, and I was lucky to attend this. Please understand, and no one of you guys even apologize to the family for your action. I mean, that is so bad. You don't know them, you never seen them. No one came in, and the other guy the shooter last time, I saw the video, he was sitting laughing, like killing a person, taking my life of my brother. You know, my brother, you know, I don't want to describe him because he's been described. No one even stand up there saying, well, we're sorry for our action or anything. Just, we did it, what the hell? Another victim. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
And thanks the prosecution and the court. You did a good job. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, Ms. Albana is going to read your mother's victim.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to read this statement on behalf of my mother, Stephanie Young Albana, who was his wife of over 35 years. But she couldn't be here today because she can't. She says, I am only half here in this world. The other half of me, my better half, is in paradise. The seconds are long without my beloved husband Ali. The moments are an eternity. I await the time I can be with my beloved husband Ali in paradise. Sincerely, Mrs. Ali El Sayed Al Banna, wife and mother of our 5 beautiful children, Atul Mary Ali El Sayed Al Banna, Iman Ali El Sayed Al Banna, Mary Jean Ali El Sayed Al Banna, and our beloved twins, Sayyid Ali El Sayed Al Banna and Stephanie Janine Ali El Sayed Al Banna. To the greatest son, brother, uncle, cousin, friend, husband, and father that anyone could ever know. We will miss you every second of every day until we are together again. And to you people who took him from us, may you remember our faces and the stories we gave you of this remarkable person. There will never be a brighter light in this world. The darkness that remains is evidence that he's not with us any longer. And for every day that we are plunged into that darkness, know that it was your choices that brought us here. You have broken our hearts and shattered our lives forever. All the good that he did and all the good he would have done is undone because of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Albana would like to also do it.
Yes, come right ahead, sir.
Hello, my name is Khalid Albana. So I worked at Texas. I still work at Texas Wholesale. That's the place that I worked with my uncle at. I love my uncle. He was my partner at work because I worked with him at his warehouse, at his wholesale business. He was my boss. He used to take me from home to work to college. He was my father figure in the United States. I lived with him, and I was like his shadow. I was always following him. In this life, however, there are the oppressed and the oppressors. The oppressors are those who have sick hearts and lie to themselves, saying, "We are fixing the world." Yet, aren't they themselves the ones who are ruining it? Right and wrong are easy to distinguish, yet the wrong is all what you have thought of doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a court of law for a fair trial, yet the only fair response is to have the defendant bring back my uncle and undo all the sorrow that they, along with their accomplices, have placed inside of us. If they cannot do that, then that's not a fair trial. Then make their guilt a badge of shame. Make them an example for everyone who underestimates the verdict brought upon a juvenile. Shame on you for destroying a family. Shame on you for killing the innocent. Shame on you until the day you die, for making the evil person you are come out on a man who you have nothing to do with. You are a disgrace for your family, and I am disgusted of your manners. I hope though that you change your life in the next statement that you're gonna serve. The defendant is an example of how evil some people in this world are, and that example has to show an example of how people like that are judged. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That concludes the victim impact statements on the Janiyah Miller case.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court will be in recess. Go ahead and call her back. Go ahead and call her back. Excuse me, Miss Almazi, when you get a chance, let me see you just a minute.
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead and finish if you like.
Yes, sir.
You doing okay now? You pretty good? Good, good. Miss Almazi, let me see you before you let them go. Miss Almazi, I'm trying to get you not to let them go.
Don't let me go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was telling
I'm
you.
so sorry. I didn't, I was not thinking of what you were saying.
Let's do this. Let me, what I'll do, I'll come around. Let's meet over by the probation office.
Bring us information? Sure.
We're gonna go to this floor to the lab.
Is Chris just playing a whole?
Yeah, we need to see.
You better come back home.
No, that's for a reason.
No, I know, no.
I'm just gonna now, excuse me, the probation condition.
I am. All right, I'll see you in a bit, okay?
You want to wait?
No, thank you, I'm squared away.
See you later. See you later.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, oh,
Yes, hi. And then she did yeah, okay, and Claire, first station? Yes, okay, perfect, thank you. Why don't you watch Sunny's case, all right, thanks for coming down, appreciate it.
point?
Yeah, I would say.
The master got 2 more chances.
Too much is. Ain't been afraid. Because Boston known that everyone knows he got played there.
Thank you.
You got better to fight, you made it to the finals.
Yeah. Hey. Back in my ass, I finger in the back of my ass, that's about it. And I was winning, right? And I was winning, man. It would be nice, but. Morning. We have a guy on the scene who's supposed to have an admonition hearing. His name is Tyrone Randall. Okay. I'm kind of waiting for the PA as she's in the child abuse. I've sent her a text, so she's not here yet. Should we give this to the judge anyway? Or wait for the DA to get here?
Hold on to it.
Okay. Hey. What are you doing? Are you covering?
She's in chambers. We on the docket?
Yes. Let's get
Who's that person?
Good for tomorrow, sir? You good for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, how are you? You okay?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
I sure am.
Somebody's on fire. Okay. You good, you good.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. To reset the schedule, so to talk to Judge about, we think we should go back to see if she's back there, or if she comes out, what do you all think's best? We just want to discuss a reset date.
I'm sorry.
We just want to discuss a reset date with the judge.
Okay.
In case, you just give me a pass up and see if she can come out, or should we do a check?
She's coming back out. She's actually home.
Okay, cool.
Which case is it?
Monica Curse.
Monica Person?
She's on lock, yes.
All right. You good, man?
No, you're good, good.
All right. Y'all can have a seat. All right, I'm about to turn off the live stream. Actually, you know what? We can keep it on. We'll keep it on. Oh, I don't have anything up here, so lawyers, y'all don't need me.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. You must not have read what's on that. I have that up there for a reason. You come in here often enough to know. Now, I'm going to give you time to read it. You got to let him know, Smith, what he's supposed to do. All right, have y'all cleared anybody else from the chamber?
No.
Who you have? Who you have left, Smith?
Who I have left?
Yes.
You know the first name or first
Let's
name?
get back. Last name fine.
Okay. Maldonado.
Maldonado's here. Okay.
Yeah, Martinez.
Got it.
Minowa. He's doing the plea. So,
Okay.
and
With that minimum plea too.
Randall, Tyrone.
Randall. Got it.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta find that on. Mr. Yoon, are you on Martin Maldonado? I see a PD's name on it.
Check, Your Honor.
So now we just need to ask if people back on.
That was quick.
Yeah, they picked him up at 2:21 this morning.
Whoa.
Yes, ma'am. So, and I checked Bear County. He's on the floor there. So I just want to quickly add it back in there.
Okay.
So we can make sure he'll come back to us.
Because the big basket that doesn't.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the wording?
Sure.
Place detained, or do I just put
But I heard the name.
That's what she was asking.
hold for
Cause
sale?
the original one said safety hold lifted on today. That's what it said. So I think safety hold reinstated.
Hold for safety.
Because now we're reinstated, so it should be, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but safety hold reinstated.
16, because you know what those clerks need. I'm not totally sure.
Yes, ma'am.
She'll respond.
I think Hong Kong.
Did you finish those forms, Ms. Robinson?
I did, but I was out talking to Heather and I heard you say Maldonado, so I ran in. He's on the jail chain today.
Yeah, it was under other. I didn't know what we were doing
But
with
he
it.
can actually go back. That was the trial from last week. He was set today to be served with a lifetime protective order.
Oh, okay.
But the victim advocate that does that for the state and for Ms. Martinez is not here and won't be back until Thursday.
What did he get time-wise?
15.
Okay. They're moving them sometime pretty quick. So she
Okay.
better either that or ask Tina to put a hold on him so TDC doesn't pick him up. I don't know if
Okay.
they've done the judgment yet or not.
Okay. Well, you heard that?
Judy, you want me to come back? I can.
Yes, okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'll just put it up there.
okay, that's fine. And then I did send you the ATRS on. Ray.
Oh,
Ray.
yes. I
Just
need
to
to look
remind,
at
just to
that.
give you a reminder on that. It is attached, so if I need to edit his conditions,
Okay.
they're pulled up, but just want to remind you on it.
Yes, thank you. And that was on Raina?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, what do y'all have on Monica Person? Who's here on Monica Person? Hello.
Your Honor, you may recall, I've been working on the case with Mr. Meredith Bugui for Mr. Ray. He was
Oh,
set
yeah.
last week. We did our sentencing hearing. We started it with Judge Francis. He was reset to do a PSI since he's probation eligible. So I have not heard the PSI ready date. We have Mr. Person set for.
Okay, hold on just a second. Who gives you the PSI ready date?
I have not been given one yet. Judge Francis said, Meredith, go get that all set up, and I have not heard from Meredith.
Okay, well, hold on, because let me tell you who usually does that, which is usually probation. Yeah, what's happening is it's just open on the docket, and we got to put a setting on it.
Well, I'll print these off. Do you have them or you don't?
Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
Ms. Donson, can you tell me a ready date on a PSI for, what's the name?
Last name Ray,
Okay.
R-A-Y.
For D'Angelo Ray,
Ray, like R-E-Y or R-A-Y?
R-A-Y. He was set last week.
And I have the case number.
We have the case number ready.
I'm ready for the case number.
F23 33866.
F23 33866.
We don't have a probation account set up for him.
Okay. So aren't you all the ones that set up the PSIs?
We do after they bring a personal data sheet so we can get the case set up.
So they don't have anything. Can you call Ms. Bahui and see what's going on? Because they can't even start on it until the. All right. Thank you, Ms. Donson.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing on Ms. Person? And tell me how she's related to that case, or she's
It's a
not.
co-defendant, Your Honor. I think
Okay.
we were hoping to have his result before we do a final admonishment with her, just so she has that information on hand. of what happened.
We're trying to see if we can have a reset date for July the 12th. I think that will be sufficient time for them to finish Mr. Hernandez.
Okay. So while we are doing that, are you also going to be asking for a PSI on this person? And if that is the case, go ahead and order it now.
Okay.
So we don't have to wait for that on the back end.
Thank you.
Yeah, 12th is fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you too.
Yes, that's open. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Enjoy your travels. Thank you.
Did you call
Yes,
me or
ma'am.
did I call you? I think it accidentally called you. Sorry.
You called me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All right. It's raining. Did you get that personal data sheet done, Mr. Aguirre?
Yeah, Judge, I got that sheet.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I ask a
Hey,
question?
good morning. Yes, what's the
I've
question?
got an admonition hearing set on a child abuse case.
Yes.
And Taylor Willis is the DA. I've been trying to get a hold of her since like 9:15.
Summer just walked out. Taylor is sick.
Save her a second.
Yeah. So what? But we don't need her to do that. Summer could do it. You just have to tell her what it is. It's just that you said just an
Well,
admonishment.
it was kind of a, it was admonishment. We were gonna try to maybe work something out.
Summer
But,
can do that.
I think it'd be better to do it when Taylor's here. We've had so many discussions about it.
Is it jail or bond?
It's jail.
Yep, they may not have that choice. So let's see what we've got. Tell me the person's name again.
Tyrone Randall is my client.
Randall.
I believe he's on the train.
He is. Mr. Ash, go ahead and do one of those forms that's on the bailiff's desk. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. There's a docket sheet too. Do you need that?
I can take it. I just texted Summer. Hey, Judge, how are you?
Fine. I just want to say it was such a nice ceremony, so thank you for inviting me. It's always
That was so much. It really does, doesn't it? It really does. I thought that was good. And I tell you, I think that Judge Woodruff is just perfect for that. Oh, my
I was
God.
giving a hard time. I said, I thought I was going to have to get up on the stage and rescue you.
I know, wasn't that something?
Yeah.
I am telling you, that
He went
graduation
from not knowing
was.
anything about it to kind of, well, I don't know. I said, just get in there, learn, and it'll come to you. And sure enough,
It really is. It really is. And I think with him doing it so much and then having to fill in for me too, boy, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was really, plus the speaker was really good
He's
too.
had state training, national training now, and it's just I
Yep.
feel, that it's really I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the program.
Right,
We got a
right.
good
Just in
stable-
general.
Judge Harlan's doing fine.
Good.
Settled in,
Good. That's a
all in
great
all, That was
thing.
one of those things I think for the department, for the judges.
I think so too. I agree with you on that. So no, I think that was really, really good. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out too. I need to work on doing some some team building. We've got so many new people. So I'm just trying to figure that out. Now here we're getting Corral. Yes.
She's a young
Good.
lady, but boy, she's a real go-getter. I mean,
Good. We just did orientation last week.
She
And
went to Sam Houston State,
Mhm.
and she's from here, local Dallas girl.
Mhm.
Went to Sam Houston State, majored in criminology. And she, like I said, she's young, but boy, she gets after it, and she's real diligent. So she'll.
yeah, I didn't know y'all weren't on the probation system.
Yeah.
It looked like
I know,
everything
that
got
was-
switched when it got switched over to criminal justice and,
Yeah.
and the
I don't know if that was when Keita was still around or how we did that.
they did it right after she left. I recall that.
Yeah.
But hold on just a
Remember how
minute.
they did that, but well, Miss Corral's that'll be a good get for you guys, and so
Right.
and she's a Spanish speaker if that ever comes.
Oh,
up.
is she? Good. Yeah, I really wish we could have a Spanish speaking caseload, but they won't give it to us.
Yeah. Then if it's ever an issue, she can whether it's a family member or something like that. She's
Good.
really good. So. Well, I just
Well, I
wanted
think
to
that's
check in
wonderful.
with you.
Thank you
just
so
let me
much.
know. Send
Yeah,
me a
no.
message or whatever. And,
So far, I think everything is good. I've got to figure that other part out, and I'll probably talk to you about
yeah,
it.
just text me, so I'll come up here and try to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or let me know.
That sounds good. Mr. Ash, will you ask the DAs back there, see if they can get in touch with Summer and find out if she can give you any information on Miss Willis?
Well, I know what their offer is and all that, so you asked me, and I did have an offer, so I'll.
What do you have on? Is it Dutt Patel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Who's your DA on? Or is it the DA? Is it probation or?
Before I check the probation, I'm not sure which DA is on it.
Okay.
I don't remind you, last week or the week before, he has a condition of probation to have SRAM for 1 year. And then we were present the other week, and you wanted additional proof. You wanted him to write a personal letter to the court as to the reasons for the SRAM removal, what he's learned from it, and also proof of his financials. And we're here today with those additionally requested documents.
Okay.
That's his letter to the court. Probation's already scanned that in.
They have, okay.
This is just a snapshot of usually what he kind of has, his current checking account.
Okay.
And then I've got a 2022 tax return here.
You have 20 what?
I'm sorry?
I didn't hear what you said. You had what?
I've
The
got
last
a
one.
2022 tax return.
Oh.
If you care to see that?
No, I have to go back and look because I'm not sure why I asked for the financial part of it. But hold on, probation is able to tell me. You remember Miss Donson or Miss Mandy? Who was it that was in here? You know which one?
I think it's Manny.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I got the wrong one. Yeah.
Judge?
Hey, I have got the attorney in here on Dutt Patel. Did you have that one? Could you come tell me some more about this case?
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking through it. I have not. I wasn't aware of it until today.
Well, then was that Miss Donson last week? They said we did something last week.
So the attorney came in last week, or no, hold on. The attorney came in last week, and Miss Donson informed him that he needed that the defendant needed to write a letter to you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Which I believe the attorney has, but
He handed it to me.
Yes,
But just let
ma'am.
me know whenever you finish kind of looking through it and print out whatever
Okay.
else you think I need to look at.
Okay, I'll print out the NAA sheets too.
Okay, and do you have the, was there a previous ATRS done? Or whatever else you might have.
The last one was done in 2022.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay.
Thank you. Or you could upload it. If you upload it, I can get it too. From SharePoint.
SharePoint?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You're welcome.
she has a, she's still doing, that's why he's down today, she had an offer of 25 and says,
Is that the leads right now?
well, that was, you know, that's why we have, you know, yes, we're open to it, I'm going to say she is.
Okay.
I did put the, I can say, yeah.
Okay.
We may be able to work it out or something.
She said she asked for a calendar.
Yeah.
Is that
I did
his
ask for,
calendar?
yeah, well, we don't really have it counted that he's speaking of.
Okay,
But I
but
think
did
it would
she
be
really say
like-
she did make that offer?
Yeah, she did say that.
She says, no, I make phone call.
I want to read you.
Oh, she said 25 on a continuous, higher on an act. That's what her notes say. 2515. She would consider 24 on a continuous for higher on an act if the defendant was ready to something.
Yeah.
But no official written offer.
Yeah, I think there wasn't an official one. He was telling me.
25 on a continuous.
Huh?
Yeah, but
Huh?
So I'll make a bond.
oh, you know what? That's what I was about to ask you.
We got to print these out.
Yes, if you got a chance to look at them. Okay.
I don't need to look at them. I know they're fine. Because if nothing else, I wanted to be sure to have them ready for when the folks walk in here today.
Okay.
So we can kind of look at it and we can always tweak it because we need to look at our calendars. Let me tell you what I forgot about. Next Tuesday, we got Strauss then.
Oh, we sure do.
And I did not plan that in. See, usually with Miss West or even with my stack officer, they would remind me we got something going so that I could make arrangements for it. We have not made arrangements. I don't know what we're gonna do. So I gotta figure that part out to see what we're gonna be able to do about court next week. I was thinking possibly move it to 4 o'clock. We can staff at 12. I got to see whether or not Miss Klein is available. But staff at 12 and just have court by Zoom because we're not going to be able to get in here.
You know, too, for today, Miss Holloway and Tanika Miller should be coming in at 11:30, so I can go over the paperwork with her.
Mm-hmm. So do you recall that probably about 3 weeks ago, I thought I had seen her staff. She's in staff. We're going to bring her in because we already kind of knew her. Did you remember that? Is that you? We have to move her down a place we can hear something who does speak. Yes, ma'am. I know you must be on break from training. I'm in the courtroom. I haven't heard of that. Do y'all have those? Y'all have your radios on?
I can take.
No, I'm asking the bailiffs if they have a radio. Tina just called and said they were shooting at Crowley. Maybe that'd be Crowley, Texas. No, I just said that, but I don't know. We'd already. Nothing's on the, okay.
No, we are ready on that Tyrone Randall with board.
Okay, how are you gonna proceed with it? What do we need to do?
On admonitions, I don't
Admonition?
exactly know what my client's gonna say. It's on a continuous case.
Okay,
Some are standing in for Taylor.
okay. All right, if I'm ready on Tyrone Randall. Got it. Yeah, if you'll give charge and range, and then we'll do plea bargain, and we'll see what he said.
Yeah, I think it's something that could be worked out. I was hoping, we would be able to do it today, but,
I mean, I will honor what so.
the notes, we had kind of some discussions that were not exactly in the notes there, but they weren't firm, they were ideas, so.
Just to let y'all know we are still live streaming. You ready? X. Unless there's some other issue for these guys.
No.
Yeah. All right, you ready, Ms. Fowler? Let's go on the record. This call is number F2325581, Style of State of Texas versus Tyrone Randall. Is that your name, sir? All right, let me have both counsel announce themselves for the record.
Summer Almazi for the state of Texas.
Bill Ash for defendant Tyrone Randall.
Very good. All right, so Mr. Randall, what I'm asking your attorney to do is what's called an admonishment, to let you know the charge, range of punishment on that charge, and I'm asking the state to let you know what the current plea bargain offer is so we can set your case for disposition, okay? All right, go right ahead, Mr. Ash.
Your Honor, my client was originally arrested for aggravated sexual assault of a child, but he was true-billed on a continuous act sex of a child. So, and I've advised my client that that is an offense that has a minimum of 25 years in the penitentiary with no chance of parole, up to a life sentence. Before 25 years are expired, there's no chance of parole.
Right.
And that's the penalty range that I believe is for that particular offense.
Okay. It also is going to be an optional fine of up to $10,000 at your full penalty range. You understand that, sir?
Is it fine now?
I didn't hear you.
Is it a fine now?
I said it's also an optional fine of up to $10,000. So the range is 25 to 99 or life, and the fine could be up to $10,000, anywhere within that range, okay? All right, but you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Almazi.
Your Honor, the state has conveyed an offer of 45 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice on the underlying offense of continuous sexual abuse of a child. That offer was extended on February 19th, 2024. I am standing in for Ms. Taylor Willis, who is the assigned assistant district attorney on this case. And as I understand it, I believe that the state is willing to entertain any counteroffers.
Okay.
Yeah, she asked for a reasonable counteroffer, and we did have some discussions, though it wasn't a firm offer, but I talked to him about a 25 years, or if we could get it to a 3G offense, and I explained to him the difference about eligibility for parole.
Yes.
And we were talking in the 20s, between 25 and 30 is what we were talking about, but we didn't have a firm offer. But we were firm that if we got something in that range, that she would be willing to do that if my client was willing to take care of his case on a 3G offense.
I see. Okay. You understand that discussion that they're having?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
As long as it doesn't have to do with you going into the facts of the case, you sure can. And if it's the facts, then I'm going to give you time to talk to your attorney, but let me know what your question is, or you can whisper it to him first if you'd like.
No, it's not the facts.
Okay.
Thank you for giving me your time.
Mhm.
So I put in a couple of motions, and I've not heard anything back.
Right, and so what happens is, we don't look at your motion. Your motions go straight in the file because you have an attorney. So when you have an attorney, your attorney knows what to do about a motion, which is to get it filed, and then you have to get it set for a hearing because you got to serve the state. So if you didn't do all of that, there's nothing that's gonna happen on your motion. When people file things, they sit in the file until somebody does something on it. When they e-file it, like through the computer, it sits there until somebody says, hey, I want you to hear this motion. So we would not hear your motion because you don't represent yourself. So have you spoken with your attorney about that and seen if he thought legally, based on his legal experience, that that is the best route to go with whatever it is that you filed? Have you talked to him about it?
Yes, ma'am. Is there no one to be able to speak freely?
Say that again.
To speak freely to you about that.
You're speaking freely now. So there's
Okay.
something else you're talking about
So,
saying?
Yes, no, I did speak with him about it, and he addressed me to that it doesn't go anywhere, that he would have to file it, but I sent it to him, and I have heard nothing else about it.
Okay.
So therefore, I don't know where it stands, because
Okay.
I did tell him about it.
All right, he is your legal representative. If he didn't feel that it was something that needed to be heard, then it's probably not either appropriate at this time or something that is not appropriate to even bring up. As a part of your case, from arrest, grand jury, indictment, trial, it's so many different levels to it. A lot of times motions aren't heard depending on or aren't presented to the court until after you say, I don't want the plea bargain, I don't want to do this, but you've looked at all the videos and evidence and statements and all those kind of things. So many different things that kind of comes into play. So I want you to be careful that I understand what it is you probably want to do and want to present to the court, but every once in a while, and that's why I told you a minute ago, don't go into the facts of the case. People go into things and reveal things that aren't necessary, that makes it worse. Then they don't want to play with you anymore. So they're going to say, I don't even want to negotiate because now I know this and this opened up that door. It's just so many things that kind of come into play. That's why I think the strategy that defense and state both use, it's put in place for a reason. They know that person. Not only do they know the supervisor that's here, but they know the other young lady and know, kind of how to finesse your case. So just be real careful with even what you're presenting, because remember this, when you file a motion, they now get to see it. So now they know what direction you're kind of going in, but he may not have wanted to reveal, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I haven't even looked at the facts of your case. But I'm just saying, just be real careful with it, but just be sure you're thoroughly talking to him about any concern that you have. And, be sure y'all turn y'all's phones off, or at least put them on vibrate. Just any concern that you have, because there's certain strategies to everything that they do. And I know Mr. Ash very well. He is a very well, I guess he's done a lot of different cases down here. He knows what to do and how to handle it. And these particular kind of cases with the one that you have now, not everybody handles those cases. And so just know there's some strategy that's going in, So understand that, and I just want you to be assured I'm not going to give you a lawyer that's not going to work on your behalf. All right?
Judge, I did ask my client this morning for a counter, because that was one of the things that
Sure.
the DA had expressed, that she would consider a reasonable counter.
Sure.
And I did talk to him about some ideas about that, but I asked him this morning if he had a reasonable counter, and he told me that he didn't have one at this time.
So let's do this. Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Ash. Did you want to ask him something?
Yeah, is that something that you want to talk about out here? Would you like to talk in the back?
Well, but let me tell you what, though. I'm going to caution you with that. I don't think this is the right place for you to talk about it. What I think I would rather do, let me just go ahead and go off the record. Let's go off the record. I want you to step back with your attorney. Step back with your attorney and kind of talk a little. I think that's a little bit more private for y'all to kind of see what's what. Because I don't know what else she may have just told him. I don't know. All right, so just step back and we'll call you back out in just a few minutes. Okay. All right. Tell me this, counsel, on Dutt Patel, and I don't have whatever paperwork you need to give me, Mr. Johnson. What is the term of his probation? You know, the time period. Let's try to see if I can look up 3 years from when.
November of
Okay.
Sorry.
22.
It's been a year.
22, okay. Were you asking about Raina?
Jed, can I just approach real quick, Judge?
Yes. But hold on just a minute, and no, we're still on live stream. But come on, mics are on. Hold on. I need to pull this up. Go ahead. Don't take it yet, because I'm going to have to probably make a change on it.
I was gonna see if we can do the ISF cognitive on him, because that's what he was wanting to do, the ISF. He had a stroke, and so I think he got discharged from Wilmer before, and I was just talking to Ms. Donson. I think they were saying maybe safe P4C, but she thinks he may get, because of his stroke, he may not be admitted to that. And
He can
so-
still, even if he doesn't do 4C, he can do the other. The question is it, so his type of cognitive, that's not going to do him any good in the ISF part. It's about criminal thinking. But the other part of it is I need to finish looking at his, see, his issue, I believe, is drugs. I don't know if it's just cognitive. I don't know if it's just the criminal thinking. Do you recall looking at that to
Well,
know
Judge,
which it is?
he's-
Because if he was ordered to Wilmer, then it is already something.
He's been in and out, Judge, a bunch of different times. I've had him on.
That's why it's not
referrals
cognitive.
in the past.
It's stay away from them drugs. So-
I have the only thing that I haven't had him on a drug case. That's the only thing. but-
Don't have to have a case.
I know, Judge. It's just because he was I had his wife up here, and they were only going to agree to ISF because it came back with ISF since it was 90 days. And so now I think if he finds out it's safe, I'm going to be.
Well, go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and talk to him. Because I can hold him down here. And then when you tell him that, tell him he's on probation.
I know.
Okay. Counsel on Patel case, do you know why he didn't go to DWI court? Or did he go to DWI court?
He did not.
You know why not?
Excuse me?
Do you know why not?
I don't know.
You were not his attorney at the time?
Our office was. Maybe Coffey's the attorney on the case. She didn't recommend it, I guess.
It was recommended by HRS.
Are you gonna get parole? I'm always afraid I get.
to continue with the matter. And so I already texted Tina about it. She really probably does it.
That's it. Perfect. Thank you. You can wait if you want to. I got it.
I'll let them know.
Okay. All right, come on up on Patel case. Who's your client? Yep. All right, hi, Mr. Patel. All right, I want to hear a little bit about your recovery. So you tell me what you know. Tell me what you know about recovery. I've seen your meetings. I've looked at your blows, looked at your scram. I've looked at your previous issues. I've looked at the ATRS. So you tell me what you've learned from then to now.
Well, so, Your Honor, initially, what I had to do in order to achieve this state of recovery that I'm in right now is literally change my entire way of thinking. Previously, when I had DWIs, I would take courses, take classes, and then once completed, I thought I was finished. I thought I was healed. The difference this time around is I'm still continuing classes as an IOP. I completed it. They allow you to come back for free. So I still
Let me back
attend
you up just a little bit. So tell me about, okay, I know about the treatment part of it. Tell me about the meetings part of it. Because I'm just wondering what told you were done, you're healed, I don't understand how you did that if you just went through a full treatment that says that's not the case.
No, I'm nowhere healed right now.
No, I'm talking about when you initially went through. And you said you went through an IOP then.
Oh, so through IOP, I learned coping techniques to deal with my stress, anxiety, to deal with my triggers. I learned not only coping techniques, I learned how to be a better father, how to be a better husband to my wife, which in my initial hearing, you had stressed the importance of that. We do have a second child on the way, so every morning, I practice mindfulness, being living in the now. Don't look in the past. Don't try to predict the future. It's thoughts that kind of get me, into different. So when I have different wild thoughts of like the past things I've done, that's what gets me to kind of self-harm myself and go to drinking. So. I have a strict routine, which I never had, in the past years, especially when I was drinking.
A strict routine of what?
Just on a daily basis. So in the morning, I get up and make breakfast for my family, pack my wife's lunch for work, set up my breakfast for my child, take him to school. Straight from that, I would normally go to the gym. I tried that. It has been super difficult. But I come back, take a shower, then head straight to my work. I've been focusing a lot more on my work. And that has showed. It has become more successful. While I was drinking, it took a turn for the worse, and I had to kind of recoup that and get it right back to where it's more positive in the revenue flow.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna shift you. I want to hear about recovery. I hear about that. I want to hear about recovery. I want to hear what all those meeting sheet that you gave.
So recovery.
Hold on. Listen. I want to ask you about recovery. I want to ask you what you learned. I want to know how far you've gotten in your steps and what those general concepts are. I don't need to hear the specifics of what you work on with your sponsor, but tell me about the step work and how, because see, you're talking more about family, work, income, routine. I want to hear about what's in this 12-step book, what's in the literature.
So the 12-step books, first and foremost, is acceptance. You have to accept that you are powerless over alcohol. And that pretty much wanted to make your life right, and that you have to come to terms with the higher power. You pretty much it's step 2. You admit it. You came to believe that a power greater than yourselves will restore you back to sanity. That's what it states. So part of that is in my daily basis too is spiritual. I have to maintain that too, and I have, and that helps out a lot. My biggest step, which was step 8, is making amends. I burnt a lot of bridges throughout my recovery, or when I was using, and I've made effort on my behalf just by literally focusing on myself and showing the true person that I am by making amends, and that has really, really healed me as a person. We have a big family. I'm very much a family person. Making these amends has really helped me pull forward. I did have to restart the steps over again.
And you should.
Yeah, and honestly, I plan on doing it. I plan on still attending, even after probation. Part of it was also listing, they say searching and fearless inventory of yourself. So meaning kind of faults of what you have done, how that you have repeatedly, done. It's like an ongoing thing. How are you going to change that? With me, I would always never take self-blame. That was one of my biggest faults. This time around, I owned it. I own my probation. I own every single thing that I have to do during probation. I talk about it freely. That's been very therapeutic. In my community, I've actually, went in front of a podium, in front of a crowd, and we're trying to teach mental health. So I just explained to people that, it is a big crisis for mental health, especially these days today. I reach out to people that are in need. I just ran into, a guy earlier today who's on trial, and he's from my community. I just ran into him downstairs, and then I called him right back and asked him what he was doing. Kind of gave him some, tips on what I've been going through, to kind of come out of it. You gotta wear it on your chest. You gotta be proud of. The first thing is acceptance. If you don't accept what you're doing, in my opinion, recovery is a long process.
Tell me about, hold on. Tell me about how different this is when you went through the step work and what you're doing differently now that is more recovery related. How far have you gotten stepwise?
I'm right now on step 5, about to be finished with step 5.
But you had already done 12 before?
I did.
Tell me about your 10, 11, and 12.
10, 11, 12, I went through it fairly fast, actually. 10, I don't recall exactly what I did with 10, but it was more so kind of circling around and over, what do you call it? Evaluating myself and how to not repeat what I have done and keep going forward with it, like with my recovery. Recovery is an ongoing basis, my biggest issues were the previous steps, mainly the first one, to be honest with you. So when I started AA, acceptance was the hardest thing for me. I really didn't think I had an issue. And I had to let go of my ego, and then acceptance was the longest one, and then step 8 was a very long one, because I have a long list of amends I had to make. So according to my AA sponsor, these were the 2 very, most critical steps that I had to take.
How many one-on-ones did you have in treatment? One-on-ones?
With my AA sponsor, once a week.
No, with treatment, with IOP. When you're in IOP.
One-on-ones, you do it once every three meetings. So once every 3 weeks, you do a one-on-one.
Okay. Were you able to resolve some issues then?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm still able to do one-on-ones if I need to. My wife did, this was about 7 months ago. She did I started seeing signs of her postpartum depression again come up, and I asked for a one-on-one. And Mr. Stanley, he's part of the polio group. That's my one-on-one advisor. He's been amazing. We just kind of, went through coping skills again. And this time around, a lot more educated on her, situation, how to treat it. And because I have him, because I have AA, because I had IOP even, I was able to talk about it in IOP. Just talking about it is very therapeutic in itself.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if I may mention, this polo group IOP has been amazing. Truly amazing.
Good.
I've tried out other IOPs two different times. I've recommended it probably about 6, 7 of my friends. But it's the way it's structured, the way that you can come back for free. Well, I think I've never seen one where it allows you to do that. It does keep you in check, it keeps you grounded, and it keeps you wanting more, to be honest with you.
When do you think you're going to be in a position to start sponsoring someone?
They said I think you have to have at least 5 years underneath your belt.
Who said that?
In our town north group. Minimum 5 years sobriety.
Did your sponsor tell you that? You talking about
My sponsor's part of that group. He's actually one of the heads of that group now.
Oh, okay, so that's what they've put in place.
Yeah, so they put that in place. I've heard 3 years of sobriety.
No, everybody does it their own way. So
you're right.
If you're 6 months ahead of somebody else, you can sponsor. As long as you got your sponsor, you're working on your stuff. Well, but it just depends on what your sponsor's telling you to do. Okay. All right, council, I'm going to grant your motion to remove the SRAM device. He will still need to just maintain the interlock device. And be sure that you have enough blows in your interlock.
Yes, I was
Okay.
told that to do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I printed off
Did you
line.
have a copy of the motion?
I looked it up. I got it.
Would you mind signing additional over, please?
Sure will. Thank you, sir. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Patel. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Come on up on Joseph Eisenhower.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm doing well.
Good.
So, Judge, I think Jim Spangler's been before you on this case, and I don't know.
Okay, hold on just a second. Tell me who your state is. Who's state?
I'm sorry?
Who's the DA?
The DA is Zooey and Chazal.
Yes, you gotta grab somebody.
So I asked them to come in, and they said get somebody from Synchronized, or do you want me to bring somebody from? We just needed the recess for the trial.
For what? Why are we resetting the trial?
So Joseph Eisenhower, he's the one that we did the half plea on, because he's gonna testify against a co-defendant.
You tell me like I remember. I don't recall.
Okay, all right, I'll go get it to you.
Well, no, just tell me what it is.
Oh, okay, so he agreed to testify, y'all did a half plea on him.
Mhm.
Then he got transferred to Tarrant to deal with some cases, and now he's in custody in Smith County. The court gave him a PR bond, I think, so that he could go get all these other cases taken care of.
Mhm.
So basically, he needs to be bench warranted back for trial. And I'm not sure who the co-defendant is, and I would assume that Zooey would have known that, but.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm-
then you gotta grab them. You gotta
Yeah.
grab somebody because they've
Okay.
gotta. We gotta know like where he is because they've gotta. It's a form they have to do that bench warrants him back.
He's in Smith County.
Right. They gotta all get all those details and fill that form out.
Okay, I will take the pass slip back. I'm stepping in for Jim, so I have not as much information as I'd like to.
Do you know what DA you who the supervisor is? Is it Stifler?
It's Clint.
Stifler.
Clint, oh, I can run down and ask him.
Yeah, because they have to give you. Where do y'all get the bench warrant paperwork from? I don't think that's a normal thing. You can see it.
I got it from Ms. Cooper last time, so, and she got on the training.
Yeah, see when you go downstairs if they have one because there's a lot of details that have to be put
Gotcha.
in that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they have the location, they have to have the address, they have to have all of that. And that case is set today, Eisenhower's case.
So, well, Jim put it on my calendar for today. I'm
Okay.
assuming it was set today.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming they just like put, like as a placeholder for
Right.
today here.
Yeah, so just go grab that and just bring it back up.
Can I grab the pass slip from you?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Yeah, because I think even if it's not Stifler, it's I think 2 or 3 others that are down
I
there.
can check and see. I mean, they're just always like, there's so many people.
Mhm, mhm.
But I'll check. Thank
All
you
right,
so much.
thank you.
I appreciate you.
All right, who's this on Eric Scarborough? You brought this in, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. He's in the back of the car.
What are we trying to do? What do you need to do?
An extension on him possibly in regards to his probation fees. He's
Okay.
owes $15.90
Uh-huh.
towards his probation fees. but
Come on up, Mr. Scarborough.
He's in compliance of everything, reports as instructed, communicates with his officer as instructed.
Mhm.
During the first beginning portion of his probation, he was in federal custody.
Okay.
Um,
What happened with that case? What happened with that case, Mr. Scarborough, under federal custody? First of all, good morning.
Good morning, how you doing?
All right.
I had did 21 months on my federal violation.
Okay.
I had 21 months over and 2 years probation for murder.
Okay.
All this was supposed to be together from the beginning, but
See, but the money still doesn't go away. So the time still runs, but you've got to, you still got to pay this money. Who is this money going to? This is probation fees or restitution?
probation fees,
Okay.
no restitution. His offense is evading arrest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell a little bit about what you're saying about the, you are the caretaker of your grandchild and your deceased sister's children. How many kids are those and how old are they?
11,
Okay. Speak up just a little.
My grandson too.
Okay. And who else helps you with them?
With my sister kid, it's me.
But who lives at the house with you? Because you ain't been there. Who had them when you were in federal custody? Oh, you have? So, but where were they before that?
That was with my aunt.
Where's your aunt living?
Florida.
Okay. And so when you got out, you had to take them back? Or do you live with your aunt?
Nah, I live by myself. Me and them.
What kind of work do you do?
I was just working at 7-Eleven. I was working at 7-Eleven for 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
The rest was school.
Why you quit?
Just that it wasn't for me.
Yeah. What you looking at work-wise?
I just left for another interview.
What kind of work do you do? Are you interested in?
It's a machinery mechanic.
The reason I'm asking that, we have a relationship with Texas Workforce to try to get you any training, certification, that kind of stuff that you need. That you still still continue doing what you're doing, but in the meantime, try to work towards something that's gonna pay a little bit more, have a little bit more stability, that you'll enjoy doing, you know. So we can be sure to give him Ms. Chang's information.
Switch really, look for something.
Okay. How soon will that job start that you just did the interview for?
I had missed it yesterday. So,
Why you missed your interview?
They had,
Why you missed your interview?
I had a car break. I just got out the hospital.
Oh, you did?
on the 7th.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Okay.
I went for the interview, so that's why I missed the interview, because I'm supposed to be still on bed rest.
Oh, gosh. Did you bring in that paperwork in here? You didn't bring nothing with you.
Everything inside the car.
Yeah, but your hospital paperwork not in the car. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking to. I just was moving. I took a lift. Well, I took a lift to the job, and when the lift to the job was here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was here right over.
Okay. All right. Mr. Scarborough, have a seat just a minute. Let me tell you what I need. Ms. Johnson, let me see his PC. And I may be able to pull up his judgment. You know what? He's not working right now. Let me get these lawyers out of here. We'll do this in a minute. Who's here? DeQuavis Davis. Who's this on? Carter Blakely?
That's what you got.
What have you got?
It's just a complicated, I need to get him, but I guess.
So let me ask this. How long has he been in custody? Because let me tell you what's happening. Some of these people, we're doing so many of these now. I didn't know how long he's been in custody to be able to be on some meds.
Probably 3 or 4 months.
Long time.
Meds.
Long time.
Here's his booking photo. You can see it in color, he's covered in ash because he set a house on fire.
That's not good.
So,
Done. Oh, you give it to the DAs because Tina's, you know, all these clerks are gone to the tree.
I'll send it to Dr. Lee myself if that's okay.
Tina needs it though, because we got to be sure to put it on the list and everything. But yeah, you can send it. Just be sure to
What about
CC
sending
her on.
both of them? Tina and Dr. Lee, so.
Yep.
Okay.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Right, Judge, thank you.
All righty.
I'll see you later.
She just left this open. All right. Detective Maitland, I'm looking.
You want that other room, you shoot like that again, and show it to you again? You say you want another cover sheet?
She went to the Wicks. What'd you find out on Eisenhower Council?
Judge, I've got, the state here, Eric Wachowski.
Hi, Judge. Good morning.
Hey, stranger, you doing all right?
I am now that I've seen you.
Whatever.
Look at this guy.
Maitland.
Judge,
He used to work in, he used to be the DA in here. And I had to, you know, I'm about to kick you out. I'm gonna just kick you right on out.
He's got a PhD in sweet talking.
You know?
I mean,
You're trying to find out if you were able to get the information so we could do a bench warrant, but I know it's like some real detailed stuff that you have to have on a bench.
yes, Judge. I was just wondering why. Apparently, Nathan Brindley's a co-defendant. In June of last year, was arrested. This is one of those organized gets everything if one other dude out of something else happens. And I can't tell yet from her notes, Judge. I'm not saying they're not there. They're just.
Notes for what? What do you mean?
So we being organized and Luma have Mr. Eisenhower. Eisenhower.
Uh-huh.
Is that okay? I see. Mr. Eisenhower and I guess he's in Smith County.
Well, what happened was, we were having an issue, oh yeah, it was August. We were having an issue with, he was sitting here and just sitting, and we needed the other case to go. And so we needed him to go ahead and take care of his cases in the other counties. So now he's, timing wise, he needs to be brought back here. So if you can find where he is in Smith County, then y'all can do the bench warrants, we can get him benched back.
Judge, I don't think he would be in.
Well, that counsel just said he's in Smith.
Well,
Yeah.
on
this
6/11/23,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
the petroleum product over 10K. I just don't see that as a, you know what, Judge, well, I can get you.
Just wherever y'all can find him, wherever he is, we gotta have the details to send him back.
I put him out in Tarrant, and then he had a hold on him for Smith. And then Jim, this is Jim's case, so Jim told me he's in Smith, so I'm pretty sure he's in Smith. I don't think he's in TDC. I think he's in the county.
He had a lot of counties to go to.
Yeah, so he has a really sad situation, Your Honor.
Sad to you or sad to me?
Well,
Both.
sad to the world. They're not mutually exclusive. His sister was like violently murdered by
Yeah, that is sad.
by like a former lover. I don't know how to say that, so there it is. And so he just, you know, had a lot of mental health issues that came out from that, which oftentimes happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right about that.
But he's a good guy. Have you seen it?
Disposed, filed by indictment, he's disposed. Yeah. He's not in Smith County.
Jury trial is canceled next week.
It's set for next week?
So 5/23, it looks like.
So they may, so check the jail, can you look up?
I did.
And it's
Yeah,
not,
he's not, that's why he's not here.
but he might be on a Dallas hold, so he's not
That's
showing up.
here, he's in jail.
No, because Your Honor gave him a PR bond, right?
Yeah, we gave him a PR bond so we can go to other counties, and then we got to pull him back.
So they haven't been pulled back yet.
Not if y'all haven't told me it's something else we need to do. I don't know.
Okay.
It looks like he pled on 5/23. I can't do that because I don't have permissions.
Judge, how do you feel about us passing this for a week and having Jim and Zooey, who are the ones that know what's going on?
She's not going to be back until after the 20th. Isn't she back on the 20th?
Judge, that's
The
what I was
following
gonna-
week?
I was gonna try to pass this to, Mr. and kind wisdom of the court if we could have the 21st, thus giving Dewey enough time to prepare a quantitative answer.
Y'all have to do it the week after that. I mean, why would you, don't bombard her like that. She's been gone a while.
How about we?
And I guess my biggest issue is I think it's just the timing of everything. I don't know what the timing is on all of it. Whatever y'all want to do is fine. Y'all can reset that case. Just be sure you do something on it to reset.
Judge, I'm gonna email right now in front of you, trying to figure out what happened, with him in Smith County, so then we can at least get an answer on where he's at. He's
Yeah.
not in TDC, the jury trial for next week.
No, he's in another county, yeah. What say that the jury trial for next week is what?
he was in another county, and it just looks like off Smith County,
Mhm.
they canceled the jury trial on 6/24,
Uh-huh.
and he pled on 5/23, but I don't have permission to see that.
Great, that's so odd.
I need to see Smith stuff.
If you
Surprised if that was
NCSC it,
up.
will you see the conviction?
Yes, well, yeah. I think you think of government, pushing that stuff, and then I'll do this.
At least you can see it, we can.
All right. All right, you all, we are about to end this live stream. We are live stream.
Judge, I
Better
was
watch
not
what
even-
you gotta watch what you always say.
Well, I would have lamented you with more praise had I known we were online.
Oh, I thought